Damn. You ever heard of Partify? Neither had I till I Googled it, but now I've got like $900 worth of parts from them. Let's see how this stuff works. Let's get started. I wasn't lying. I actually never heard of Partify until I needed fenders, a bumper, and this place popped up on Google. Surprisingly, the prices were good. Painted in Fraser, and I picked the parts up in Warren. So, not a bad deal. Quality? Well, let's take a look. All right, initial impressions. It's wrapped in kind of a blue packing foam sheet stuff. Not bad, being that I picked it up in Warren. If I had had this shipped to my house, I'd be kind of worried about how FedEx would throw this stuff around probably. So I'm glad I picked it up. I also saved about $127 on shipping, so that made a big difference. You know, as far as supporting something local in a weird way, it is. I really figured it'd be coming from the good old CHIN of A. But let's take a look at what the fender looks like. And out of the box, or out of the blue packaging, they actually have the corners protected, which is nice. They do have a layer of like a white dust all over it. I'm not sure if it's like La Coquiana or something like that. Say hello to my little friend. But it is actually, I think it's just to protect from the material rubbing against the finish. It's glossy. There's a couple little things I can see, you know, in the metal as far as maybe imperfections. These are the CAPA. These are better than the Aftermarket. They have 3 levels. They have Aftermarket, CAPA, and then they have OE. OE was too expensive. If I was going to spend $3,000 on it, I'd submit the job to the insurance company. But this is the CAPA for the fenders, the bumper on both sides. And I think it looks pretty good. So we're going to get it all bolted up, and let's see how it looks on the car. Now, cleaning off some of the dust on here, it's almost like a talc or something. But, it wipes off pretty easily. I'm just using a blue shop towel just to try and clean off a majority of it, and then I'll wipe it down and make it look as pretty as possible. Well, everything's apart, and you can see we have access to the fenders. There's a couple spots here that I'm putting some rubberized protectant that have been exposed. Saw a little bit of wear through the paint, so taking care of that. If you need to change your battery on a Journey, it's right there. That's a shitty ass spot. I did put the new fender on. I'm not sure how it shows up. There's a little bit of a color difference. The car's also filthy, so as we wash it, it might match a little bit better. You can see right here, it's, yeah, a little bit of a difference. So all in all, fit and finish is okay. There's a couple of odd gaps that are right here.
Well, after a little bit of playing around, I realized that sheet metal is not always going to bolt up perfectly without a little bit of adjustment. So I grabbed a pry tool, and I was able to work it in between the door and the fender, and then with a little bit of pressure, tighten down the bolt up here, and then everything lined up really, really well.
Orange peel's good. You can see in the reflection, you know, from the door to this, there's some heavier orange peel. There's also a couple dings and whatnot in the metal, but it's better than it was, so I'm not going to really complain. But I'm going to get the other side done, and then I have to unpackage the bumper. I have to transfer all the black plastic over to the new bumper because all you get really is the painted piece. So I'll take care of that, and then we'll come back. Well, whoops, I'm hitting things. I'm already banging it up. You guys can see it, I can't. All in all, I think it looks pretty darn good though. The color match looks like spot on. The car's not actually white, it's a little bit of an off-white. So I was worried that they were just gonna paint it white and call it good. But let's wipe this down, put all the plastic stuff on, and then get it put back together. Cover here should just snap in. Oh yeah.
Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Well, I wanted to give you an update. It's been about 1 week since I put the parts on the car, and I figured I would just show you how things are going. The day that I put these on, it was a gloomy day. Today, it's bright, it's sunny, and you get a lot better look at the paint. I'm really happy with it, and I think that it's something, if you're on the fence about whether or not you want to do the CAPA and whether you want to order from Partify, I would say today's that day that you click that box and you finish checking out at the website, because this really turned out nicely. There's one spot here where there's a gap, and that I'm pretty sure can be adjusted. There's a adjustment screw back here in the fender. All I have to do is loosen that up, push that a little bit, and I think we'll be in good shape. But fenders sound just like they did on OE. They don't sound tinny. They don't sound like they're of lower quality. You know, we have a good point where our fender and our bumper come together. It doesn't have a huge gap. Like I said, there's that one clip back here, which I think if it warms up a little bit, I'll be able to push that in and get that to click in. There's a bracket down there, but I have absolutely no disappointment. I think that it's worked out pretty well. Now I can see the hard line in the paint from the colors of white, but if you didn't know what you're looking for, it's pretty much indistinguishable. If you had a darker color, you'd probably see it. I'm not gonna lie. I think that whenever you get something painted and the car's had 15 years sitting in the sun, you're going to notice it because of paint fade. But with this white, it's great. But that's going to do it for me. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you can hit that like or that subscribe button or share the video, I'd really appreciate it. Trying to keep things moving forward as far as gaining subscribers and keeping my channel going. I would really appreciate any help that you have. But thanks for taking the time to watch. I'll see you next time.